You are 34. You have done everything they said would make you happy. The degree, the job they call impressive, the mind that solved problems other people couldn't even see. Your whole life, one word followed you: smart. Teachers said it. Your mother said it to other mothers, in the voice people use for something they own. You are 34, and you cannot remember the last time your mind was quiet. Your brother is not smart the way they meant it. Daniel fixes things. He laughs at jokes the second they land, not 3 seconds later after he's taken them apart. He is, by every measure that doesn't show up on a test, happy. You are the one who was supposed to win. You have spent 30 years being told the prize was coming. This is your life being too smart to be happy, and the cost nobody warned you about. You are 9. The teacher moves you up a grade. It happens on a Tuesday. They walk you to a new classroom with older kids who look at you the way you look at something that wandered in where it didn't belong. That night, your mother is on the phone. She does not say, "I love him." She says, "They tested him. He's gifted." She says the word the way other parents say, "We just bought a new car." You learn something at 9 that you will not understand for 25 years. You learn that the fastest way to be loved is to be impressive. Not kind, not present, impressive. So you decide, without knowing you're deciding, to be the smartest person in every room you ever walk into. Daniel is 7. Daniel cannot read as fast as you. Daniel has 6 friends, and you have a certificate. That night, in the new room you've been moved into, the thoughts start and do not stop. You are 9 years old, and already the mind does not go quiet. You do not know it yet, but you just chose. You are 16. You are in every advanced class the school has. The teachers use you as a thermostat. When you look confused, they slow down. There is a girl named Maya. She sits 2 rows ahead. One Thursday, she turns around and asks what you're doing this weekend, and you have 4 seconds to answer like a normal person. You don't. You spend the 4 seconds analyzing the question. Is it a real question? What's the optimal response? What does she want it to be? By the time your mouth opens, the moment is gone and you say not much, and she turns back around, and that is the end of it forever. In the parking lot, Daniel, who is 14, is leaning on a car with 5 other kids, laughing at something nobody wrote down. He didn't analyze the joke. He just heard it and laughed. You watch your little brother be a person while you stand at the window of your own life, taking notes. That night you lie in bed and try to turn the thoughts off. You count. You breathe. The mind keeps going. It reviews the conversation with Maya. It finds 9 better things you could have said. The mind does not go quiet. You are 22. You graduate at the top. They hand you a diploma and a large amount of expectation. A company hires you before you finished your last exam. People say you're going places so often it stops sounding like words. You meet a man named Oren. He is 71. He is the smartest person you have ever been in a room with, and he retired early, and nobody quite knows why a mind like that walked away. You tell him, half proud, that you can't shut your brain off, that you're always 3 moves ahead. You expect him to nod the way everyone nods. Oren does not nod. Oren puts down his coffee. He says, "A mind like yours was built to solve things." So it went looking for a problem. And the only problem always in the room, always available, never finished, he points at you, was you. You laugh. Oren does not. He says, "You're not going to think your way to peace, son. You can't. The thing doing the thinking is the thing that's loud. You drive home turning the sentence over, looking for the flaw in it. You find none. You look harder. The mind does not go quiet. It just runs the same sentence again and again, unable to solve it and unable to drop it. This bothers you more than anything has bothered you in years. You do not know it yet, but that was the most important thing anyone will ever say to you. You are 27. You got the promotion they said was impossible at your age. There is a number on your contract now that would have made you cry at 22. You take yourself to dinner to celebrate, alone, because the people you'd call are people you analyze your way out of keeping. You sit with the achievement. You wait to feel it. Nothing comes. You feel the way you felt the day before the promotion. The mind, which solved the problem of the promotion, has already moved on to the next problem and the next, and it does not stop to enjoy the ones it solved. It cannot. Enjoying is not thinking, and thinking is the only thing it knows how to do. You understand, sitting there with the good wine, that you have built a machine that can win anything and feel nothing. And you built it at 9 to be loved. Daniel calls during dinner. Daniel is 25. Daniel got married last year to a woman who laughs like he does. He's calling to tell you they're having a kid. He's so happy he can barely get the words out. You say congratulations. You mean it. Then you drive home early, and your brother has something your sharp, expensive, decorated mind has never once managed to produce, and you do not have a word for it. And the mind, for once, does not go quiet trying to find one. You are 31. This is the quietest year, not peaceful. Quiet the way an empty house is quiet. You stop calling people, not dramatically. You just let the texts sit a little longer each time until the people stop sending them. Work is the one place the loud mind is useful. So you give it more and more because being useful is the closest thing to being okay you can still reach. A woman named Claire dates you for a year and leaves. And the thing she says on the way out is the truest thing anyone has said since Oren. She says, "You were never here. Even when you were here, you were watching us from somewhere else." She's right. You analyzed the whole relationship while it was happening. You were never in it. You were reviewing it. You go to Daniel's house for his daughter's 3rd birthday because your mother makes you. You plan to stay an hour. The girl's name is Ellie. She does not know you are smart. She does not know what smart is. She climbs into your lap with a book that has 6 words on each page, and she points at a dog, and she looks at you, waiting. And for some reason, maybe because she expects nothing, maybe because there is no problem to solve in a picture of a dog, your mind goes quiet. 1 second, 2. The endless commentary just stops. There is a child, and a book, and a dog, and you are in it, the way Daniel has been in his whole life. Then it comes back. The noise, the analysis. Why did that happen? Can I reproduce it? What's the mechanism? And you almost laugh. Because of course, the mind would try to solve the silence. Of course, it would attack the one moment of peace you've had in 20 years. You drive home and you do not turn on the radio. You sit in the driveway for 10 minutes. You do not know it yet, but the doubt is finally pointing the right direction. Not was I right to be smart, but what have I been using it for? You are 34. Oren is dead. He left you a book. Not a smart book, a worn paperback about a man who sits by a river. Inside the cover, he wrote one line in shaking handwriting. The river doesn't think about being a river. You read it standing in your kitchen, and you finally understand the thing he told you at 22. You were never too smart to be happy. You were too smart to stop. You took the sharpest tool anyone in your family ever had, and instead of pointing it at the world, you pointed it at yourself, and you called the wound intelligence. And the moment you understand it, The mind does exactly what it has always done. It seizes the insight and turns it into a project. Good. A problem with a solution. We will optimize stillness. We will become the best in the world at letting go. We will read every book on the river and outthink the silence by Friday. You catch it doing this. For the first time in 30 years, you catch the machine mid-reach and you do not obey it. That is the whole turn. Not silencing the mind, watching it run and declining to chase. So at 34, you do the hardest thing your mind has ever resisted. You set it down, not forever. You can't, but you learn the difference between using the mind and being used by it. You start with 1 minute a day where you let the river be a river, then 5. You are bad at it. You are bad at it the way a brilliant person is always bad at the one thing they can't think their way into. And for the first time, being bad at something is a relief. You call Daniel, not to be congratulated, just to talk. You let the jokes land when they land. You stop taking them apart. You go to Ellie's birthdays and you stay past the hour. The number on your contract is still there. The mind still runs, but it goes quiet now. A minute at a time, then 5, and you have moved into the part of your life you spent 30 years standing outside of, taking notes. You think about the 9-year-old in the new classroom. You think about your mother's voice on the phone. You tell him, if you could, that the word was never the prize, that the prize was the picture of the dog and the laugh that lands on time and the river that doesn't think about being a river. Somewhere right now, a teacher is moving a 9-year-old up a grade. Tonight, his mother will say, gifted into a phone in the voice people use for something they own. He will learn that the fastest way to be loved is to be impressive. He has 30 years of noise ahead of him. He doesn't know it yet. Maybe you're him. Maybe you're the one still standing at the window of your own life, taking notes, telling yourself the noise is the same as being alive. Or maybe you already set it down. The mind was never the problem. The question was always what you were using it for. If you want to see what happens when you finally let it go quiet, stay.